Aye, aye, aye. As we are diving into our next match. As a reminder, the winner of this series moves on to a qualifying match as well to face the winner of Solar versus Hero in the next round. But here we go. Diving on in and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the South Korean Protoss representing Team Armidos. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran representing himself. We have the ESL Masters Summer runner-up, GuMiho. Oh, GuMiho. Let's go, let's go. And this is going to be an interesting one. If I'm not mistaken, let me just double check. Let's get some facts out there. I believe Creator and GuMiho faced off yesterday. I believe they faced off, I say yesterday, sorry, 2 days ago in the Kung Fu Cup. And I believe GuMiho has been having a hard time. Let me just double check here on the Wikipedia. I know the Wikipedia has been having a couple of issues recently when it comes to some of the match history, but as I just double check, yep, there it is. Creator has 2-0 GuMiho this week twice. Creator 2-0'd GuMiho in ESL Open Cup Asia, and he also 2-0'd GuMiho in ESL Open Cup Americas. And he also 2-0'd GuMiho a couple of days ago in the AfreecaTV Spring Championship. So these all three of these series were played in the last week. 2-0s all around. GuMiho has been having a really hard time here against Creator. Hasn't taken a map in a while. Oh boy. We'll see if we can bring him back here. And now again, Creator is typically a more aggressive player. He's typically in your face. He wants to dictate the pace of the game. At least in some of the other matchups, especially against, I want to say the same can be said about Terran, but we'll see. As GuMiho is going for a Rax Expand. Very economic opener here from GuMiho. His CC is, of course, safely tucked away in the main base in the high ground. Creator hasn't really been able to confirm too much yet as he dips in, but no, he is denied entry into the main. Even if we have a 1 gas opener, he did scout 1 gas geyser, it could still be a 1-1 opener. Could still be a faster factory for all he knows. So Creator is in the dark. We see, despite that, he's going to be going into a Twilight Council. This is going to be a Twilight Council opener here from Creator. To go into Blink, I imagine. No Stargate play, no Phoenixes, thank God. Feels good, man. Feels good. Do love to see it. As you'd have, so just looking for some scouting information and looking to maybe even delay the CC if possible. Force a trade with the Marines as GuMiho attempts to expand. There we go, the Marines have been spotted, the Widow Mine as well. 1 Marine's going to be going down to Creator. Yeah, they're going to be preserving the rest of his units. As Creator does get the hell out of there. Meanwhile, here in the main, we do have a mine. I was about to say a mine drop being set up, but no. I guess it makes sense. GuMiho did not go for a Reaper Scout. GuMiho has very limited scouting information, so he does set up his mine in his main, just in case an Oracle were to come in. So very defensive positioning here from GuMiho. As he does go across the map with that Marine drop instead, but the Stalkers are in position. Marines are being forced back. At the same time, the Hellion does dive into the natural. Again, we need scanning information. We confirm the gateway. We confirm the Robo. We confirm the 4-gate blink. The Marines saw 3 gateways in the main. Hellion saw 1 gateway at the natural. So GuMiho knows he has to be very defensive. He knows how aggressive Creator wants to be. And of course, how intense a 4-gate blink can be as well. So we need tanks. We need tanks covering the natural, tanks covering the main base. A bunker as well will be quite necessary. And there we go. Bunker is on the way as well. Oh, Marines were just a little bit in the way. But GuMiho has to take this very seriously. On a map like Dragon Scales, we do have quite a number of ways in. The entrance into the main is off in the distance here on the right-hand side, and because of that, the tank actually doesn't cover both the ramp and the main entryway either. So this is a pretty good map for this. Does mean that the main is exposed, as Creator isn't actually going to be committing too hard. Interesting. I love this. Oh, he canceled. Oh, let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Okay, my mistake. So Creator, he canceled the 4th gateway. He goes for a Temple Archives and a 3rd Nexus. Let's go. The mind games, Poppy. The mind games. Oh, no, the mind. Mine does almost go up. Marine's going to be threatening the main base, forcing GuMiho to be more defensive. I mean, we have SimCity, we have a bunker, we have tanks in position. GuMiho is afraid. He is scared. Oh god, the Observer. No, no, no. Okay, okay. Observer should still go down though. There we go. Observer is going to be hunted down by those Marines. And again, I just love the Creator is basically transitioning. He's transitioning out of this, taking on forward here. Because he got scouted, Creator, he respects GuMiho enough to recognize that he won't be able to deal enough damage to kill him. GuMiho goes for a scan, and he sees the Templar Archives. He sees that the gateway was cancelled as well, and he sees the High Templar. He knows that it is safe to expand. It's safe to move out as well. As he moves out there, Creator moves in. Again, Creator just being a big annoyance here for GuMiho, making sure that any kind of move out is going to be punished in some way. Again, we're forcing the army to turn around. We pick off 1 Marine, and hopefully we can pick off a couple more here. The Ravens do pose a massive threat to Creator. Like, this is still a hefty army. But Storm is done. Storm finishes up just in time. Depending on the connections, depending on how good these Storms are, that could be the game. Or that could, I mean, it's going to either make or break the defense here for Creator. Goes for the scans, sees the army, sees the Storm. And I love this as well. GuMiho, upon seeing the force here of Creator, respects it, backs up. GuMiho more concerned with it getting a 3rd base up and running and actually, yeah, establishing control of his bases. Oh boy, let us go. And I have to wonder if this is just because of GuMiho's recent performances against Creator. I wonder if maybe there have been times where GuMiho thinks he has an opening, he thinks he has a timing, he goes in and he runs into a brick wall. He runs into a wall of Protoss, a wall of Storms, and GuMiho's, again, been having a hard time as a result. He's been punished as a result, so maybe this is him learning from his experiences, going for a later game instead. You know, trying to end things early, because again, maybe that has been hurting him in the long run. Adapting to the player, if you will. As the Zealot drop is going to be threatening the main base, so no, he does get scattered by GuMiho. GuMiho is able to fend that off. Creator instead takes a 4th as GuMiho gets his 3rd operational. So Creator just going to be maintaining his economic lead. Not going all in. We have a 2nd Robo on the way. We got a Bay about to finish up. We're getting into the Colossus. Eventually, Disruptor production. Creator just working on all forms of splash damage. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to stretch. All forms of splash damage are upon us. And yeah, we're just going to be chilling. We're just going to be backing off. And we'll see where we go from there. At this point, GuMiho has hit a pretty critical mass of units. We have 5 tanks, full energy on these 2 Ravens, and we even have a couple of ghosts sprinkled in for the EMPs. GuMiho, now he has been preserving his army. Now is the time to strike. It's still going to be about the High Templar. As we go for a little bit of Zealot harass here across the map. The High Templar are going to be that much more exposed, though. That's the problem here. Let's quickly just double check. Yeah, it does mean that the High Templar are vulnerable to these EMPs. They are not hidden in the safety of that prison. There we go. The first Sable gets thrown down on the first Colossus. Zealots across the map trying to wreak havoc. We get another massive warp-in into the natural base. The warp-in will complete. Tanks slowly sieging forward. Oh, the Creator has to take this slow and steady. The Zealots across the map, they're not doing enough damage. We get a snipe on the High Templar. Oof. We only have 2 High Templar left. A big storm does connect on them. Oh my god! We stand in the storms, and a big chunk of Marines go down. Meanwhile, across the map, the Zealots are still trying to wreak havoc. They get a couple of SCVs. 13, 14 SCVs do go down. But Creator, he cannot push in. The tank count is insane. The minefield as well. GuMiho has been just so slow and meticulous with this push. And Creator, he just, if he does attack at the wrong time, at the wrong angle, he will lose everything. Meanwhile, even though Creator lost the base, he's able to expand here on the right-hand side. He was able to recall his probes. We do see a drop, just positioning these tanks even better. In range of that gas geyser. More High Templar are on the way. I imagine these are for Storm. Oh, no. They get morphed into Archons. Oh, reinforcements are being sent over towards that 4th base, and oh god, so far Creator has done a really good job at keeping up with the movements of his opponent, but it feels like that may just end here and now. We'll see. Can he keep up? Marines, they stim on 4. They get into the middle. They try to get into the middle line, but no, they are being forced back. GuMiho doesn't want to commit. Doesn't want to overcommit. We are down to 1 High Templar remaining. No storms are available, but it looks like we have bought enough time. The tanks are looking a little bit exposed. We have a disable on the Archon, the Immortal, and the Colossus. But we still have a much more on the ground, and it looks like finally Creator has enough to break through. The siege has been broken. The tank count was reset. Can we get the Raven? The answer is yes. And GuMiho loses almost everything. He's still got a Bioforce. He still has a minefield. But the tanks, they're all gone. 0 tanks remaining. We have Vikings on the way to help with the Colossi. But again, that was just so slow and meticulous from Creator. Just picking up a couple of units here and there. Really respecting the army, backing off, allowing the 4th base to go down. But that was okay because he had a Zealot counterattack. He had a run by. He had a backup 4th. Now a 5th on the way. Creator was cool as a cucumber. Cucumbers are cold. Sometimes. I had cucumber today. I had a salad. It's good. As we do have GuMiho just trying to muster up his forces for a second wave, for a second push. But the problem is, his opponent is maxed. Despite that, okay, we do have a mine drop here into the main base. 4 probes going to be going down. More mines do rock up. Up! No reaction. Oh, a lot of probes are going down at the same time. The main army is going to be threatening the top right-hand corner of the map. Looks like GuMiho will back off, though. He does see the army movement through that sensor tower. He doesn't want to get caught out. Now, Creator may have lost 8 probes. I mean, he may even lose more. But he's still ahead. Still ahead in the economy. Has a massive army. 4 Colossi. Oh, big EMPs on the Archons. Oh my god, the EMPs are insane. Where are the storms? We need them. We don't even need them, actually. But here we go. The storms get thrown down. The SCVs, they get pulled into the storms. Everything goes down. GG gets called. And Creator takes game number 1. Oh, GG. My, oh my. She, well played. And once again, the streak continues. We were talking about it, but Creator, for the past 3 best of 3s, Creator has 2-0'd GuMiho every single time. And is that going to happen again? I hope not. You know, personally, I want an ace match. Personally, I want this to go the distance. I want this to go all the way. It's not up to me, though. It's up to the players. Up to GuMiho. Here we go. We're diving into our second game. Potentially the final game of the series. Personally, though, I hope not. Do hope not. We're spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Altitude. We have the South Korean Protoss player representing Team Arbidos, currently leading the series 1-0, 1 game away from advancing onto a qualifying match. It is Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing himself, the ESL Master Summer runner-up. It is GuMiho. And GuMiho needs your energy. He needs your support right now, as he's 1 game away from being knocked down to the lower bracket. And no one wants that. I don't want that. Creator wants that. to be fair, I'm sure Creator would love that. But I would, you know, we want an ace match. We want to squeeze out as many games as we can. We want this to go the distance. We want this to be a little bit more back and forth. But again, Creator just so in control of that last game. Again, never under too much pressure, never under too much of a threat. So really cool. The confidence was oozing from him, let's be real. As we do have a Creator just being a little bit annoying. We do have a GuMiho trying to go for a Rax expand, and he does throw down the Rax in the end. Sorry, he's going for a Rax. It does throw down the CC in the end. It was a little bit delayed, but not too long. I think for like a second or two. Creator unable to be as annoying as he would have liked to have been. And we're getting into this, and we should take this moment to talk about the map itself. We are loading into Altitude, the largest map in the map pool. This does lead to longer games. It does lead to more macro-oriented games. But we'll see, because Creator, if you remember, did want to go for a 4-gate blink opener in game 1, but he got scouted, so he cancelled. Did cancel it, he changed his mind, did go for a different build in the end. Is Altitude a good map for 4-gate blink? Every map is a good I mean, you can definitely make use of how large the main is, especially considering, you know, the entryway into the main is quite far away compared to the natural, and the natural is very wide open as well. But we'll see as... Oh, that's not a Twilight Council. This is a Robo Opener from a Creator. Very interesting as... Oh my god. Very interesting choice. As a lot's going on. Okay. So, Creator is going for a Robo Opener. This can go into a Fast Colossus. This is going to a Disruptor drop as well. I'm assuming this is going to be for a Fast Colossus though, as additional gateways are on the way. Colossi can completely shut down bio-oriented pushes. Meanwhile, GuMiho is being very greedy. He goes for a 3cc before Starport. Very early 3rd CC here from GuMiho. Typically, you would see this 3rd CC, even if it's early, it'd be after the Starport still, but no, this is so greedy from GuMiho, so very economic. We'll see if he can get away with it, because Creator does throw down a 3rd gateway. Interesting. So, a couple of things. With a 3rd gateway on the way, this looks like aggression. We're not getting a Bay. This could be for a Prism. This could be for a Prism and Vanilla Gateway units, which would be terrifying. Now, the Reaper does dip in, does confirm the additional gateway in the main. He has a piece of the puzzle. He knows there's at least a 3rd. And Never mind, we're going double forge. Okay, so Creator's going to be backing off. Oh. He's being greedy as well in a different way. So GuMiho is being greedy economically. Creator is being greedy tech-wise. He's skipping a Twilight Council, which means no Blink, no Charge. He's skipping a Stargate, so no Phoenixes. What this means is that Creator has very little map control. He has control of the Xel'Naga towards the north, but like he can't really fight for control of the Xel'Naga. He has very limited mobility, means he can't really keep up with drop play or anything like that. But his opponent is being greedy as well, so yeah, both players should be able to get away with this. It looks like Creator was able to go for a scout in the end. It looks like his observer made it in, and Creator saw how fast his third CC was. So it looks like that's what kind of led to this decision to be made as the observer backs off. So Creator, upon seeing this opener, he's opting to, you know, meet this greed here with all of his tech. With the double forge with the robo. So who comes out ahead is the question. Which greed is better? It depends when GuMiho establishes the third. Like, Creator, he can't touch him. Creator cannot do anything about this third base. So if GuMiho takes it now, he's going to be able to take advantage of it. But he's taking this, like, more slow and steady. Like, he's using this just for mules, just for SV production. He isn't taking full advantage of his third base yet. And I don't blame him because, unlike us, GuMiho wasn't able to see everything. GuMiho doesn't know whether Creator is being greedy or aggressive. That's why tanks are in position. That's why turrets are finishing up. That's why the Marines are patrolling. That's why we have a Viking covering the main and a turret as well. So, and there we go. Now we have a scan. So even though GuMiho opened up greedily, he's still being very safe, and that's kind of evening things up a little bit. And it's kind of giving Creator that much more leeway. It's giving him that much more of an advantage. With this scan, it does confirm at least no additional production in the natural, and GuMiho now feels safe enough to take his third. But again, this is a third that could have been taken earlier. He just didn't know. Did not know. So we do have a bit of a hallucinated scout coming in from Creator, just getting an eye on the production, making sure nothing crazy is going on. It's going to be bio. It's going to be very marauder heavy as well, making 3 marauders at a time. Now back at home, everything is kicking in. 1-1 already done. 2-2 on the way. Extended Lance is going to finish up in time for this push. Very late Twilight Council, very late upgrades, but again, these should wrap up. These should finish in time for the main push of GuMiho, but this push is going to be quite hefty. We got 2 tanks, got a good amount of Marines, got some Marauders, Medevacs, more Marauders. We're rallying everything across the map. Is Creator going to be able to hold on? If he can preserve this third base, then he's going to be in a phenomenal position. The tanks do manage to siege, and tank shots do go off, and Creator, he's going to have to commit, but alas, pushing into these tanks is not going to work out for him. The first Colossus is going to be going down. No, barely survives. Oh my god. Shook it, not gonna lie. Bit of a premature overcharge, unfortunately, and because the building placements, these Colossi, they're having a hard time defending. Shock comes into the main base at the same time. The tank is gonna be going down. GuMiho is gonna be able to depower 2-2. Does slow down those upgrades, pretty damn important. Oh my god, but he loses a full medevac as well. This still does feel better for Creator. And GuMiho is in a bit of a rough spot as a result. That was a pretty committed push out of GuMiho. He lost his tanks, he lost a full medevac. There's still 1 medevac here threatening the bases. But GuMiho lost a lot, and he didn't really achieve too much. He didn't get a Colossus, he didn't deny the third, he didn't get economic damage done. He delayed the upgrades, but these are upgrades that he's already heavily behind in, and he merely only delayed them for a couple of seconds. The pressure is still on GuMiho to bounce back. Oh boy. He has to be very careful. We can't afford to lose any more of these units. Oh my god, as the drop comes in! Oh, my apologies. I was distracted, Creator was distracted, and these 4 mines, they get a full mineral line, 14 probes go down, and this is the damage that GuMiho was looking for. Now, suddenly, he's ahead in the workers. Suddenly, he's ahead in the economy. His 4th base is a little bit later than his opponent's, but I would say that this is a late 4th from Creator. The Protoss player is usually a base ahead. And, yeah. That was a pretty good moment here for GuMiho. Now he's going to be able to max out that much faster. Sure, he lost all those tanks, but because of his economic advantage, like, he is going to be able to rebuild, replace them, and push out soon. And what does Creator really have working for him? I mean, he's got the Colossi, don't get me wrong. He's got the Defender's advantage, but he doesn't have Storm. I feel like we're lacking either Storm or Disruptors. We have neither. Oh boy. So I'm definitely concerned here for Creator. 4th base finally gets up and running. He could do with now a 5th at this point. Just because of the base kind of GuMiho. Speaking of, GuMiho has now maxed out. He's pushing on through. He has the Vikings he needs. There is no diversity in the splash damage here. As a result, the Vikings are all he needs to deny those Colossi. That's why we mix in Disruptors. That's why we mix in High Templar, because otherwise, because again, Vikings, they're really the answer that GuMiho needs. They're the only answer. Them and EMPs, to be fair. Here we go. We push on forward, and EMP does connect here with the first Colossi. Does force an overcharge. Overcharge should be keeping the majority of this army alive. At the same time, as Zealot run by is going to be giving Creator some breathing room that he desperately needs, to be honest. We're getting on top of some of these ghosts. Ooh, a lot of SCVs are falling at the same time. Creator is pushing on in. Mine shot's going to be going up. Decent mine connections, but at the same time, the main army pushes on through. Colossi fall one after the other. Oof. Well, we got 19 SCVs. I feel like Creator is maybe overextending. A big EMPs did connect with his army. The Vikings are going ham. Only 1 Colossus is left. Oh, but it barely will survive. And is 1 Colossus enough? I don't... It's going to be close. It's attempting to reinforce. We have a second robo on the way. Creator now recognizing that he just can't spend his money. Creator, he has 2k minerals and 600 gas in the bank, but he doesn't have the production facilities to rebuild what he's losing. Not yet. Turret goes down. Creator still did take a better fight than I thought he would. Here we go. We do blink on forward. Colossus charge on in. Vikings are being focused once again, so the Colossus can just snowball out of control. GG gets called. And Creator takes game number 2 and the series 2-0. GG. Wow. Feels bad, man. In a way, feels bad, man, just because GuMiho, he still hasn't taken a map off of Creator in far too long. GG, well played. Congratulations to Creator, having a dominant performance here over his opponent, over the Terran GuMiho, and Creator advances on to a qualifying match. GuMiho gets knocked down to the lower bracket.